I'm drinking. I'm making noise back here. Water bottle noises. Clank. Drink, drink, drink. Okay, guess I gotta do this again. Gotta pretend to be super excited. Can't be like just every day I gotta play Minecraft. I got such a hard job. I hate this song. I hate Sammy Ray so much. It's God. Okay, gotta try and find another opportunity to accidentally die in my hardcore world so I can do something else with my time. I'm so tired. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Good to see you. How you doing? Oh, splashback. We heard you. What? Your mic was on? I think I'd know.
I demand 1 minute added to the timer this instant.
Okay.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe this. All right, 1 minute added to the timer. Hold on. Oh, thank you for the 100 bits. Hold on. Yes, that was a bit. Yes. Okay. Anti-subathon. Every 100 bits and sub increases the starting soon screen. Hey, hi everybody. How's it going? Good to see you all. We're back. We're here. Thank you very much for the 100 bits, anxiety. Portal, thank you for the 26 months. I'm genuinely surprised no one as a joke gave anything there. I need to change stream bots so that when I get like a sub or oh yo, thanks for the minute.
Yippee.
I'm kidding. Okay. No. Can you imagine how mad they would be? Okay, just for you.
Archean_ has gifted 10 subs to chat.
What a dreadful premise this is. Like, I still keep playing the game in the background, but you have to pay, you have to not pay to wait. Genius idea. I do a Hades run, but you only get to see the gameplay while there's time on the timer. I'll keep playing when the time is 0, but you don't get to see the screen. So the subathon ends when because you're talking about I beat Theseus, yeah. Paying for content. It's like a sub. That sounds like something bloomin' what's his name? Doug. That sounds like something Doug would do. Chat have to pay to see stream. Boom. Did you say Doug? You said Doug. Well done. Bosh. Archeon, thank you for the 10 gifted. Silver Dusky, thank you for the 7 months. That is a Doug stream. Because he did one where it was like, if there's more than 10,000 people in the stream got like immediately goes to like a screen that doesn't have anything. It says there's too many people on the stream, please leave. And then when it went down below 10,000, it then went back to normal. It was ridiculous. Okay. I really like Doug streams. I kind of want to, because he's a developer and I am also a developer, I'm like, I need to like watch all of his content and absorb the concept of the like genre and then try and do that with you guys. I think it would be really cool to do that. Just start silly stuff like that. I think would be really cool. Watching his code, I'd code on stream because then it would be like, it doesn't matter how broken and stupid and bad it is. I can't do my coding on stream anymore because everything I code is secret. Like, I would absolutely be coding Pantheon right now if it wasn't for the fact that it's secret. It's legitimately horrible. Oh, I need to stop my timer that says I already did good. In the past, in the past 24 hours, 14 of those hours, 14 and a half of those hours were spent coding for Pantheon. I'm so tired. Yeah, it's pretty rough right now. And like, Luan and I had a really cool idea for a mod for like a really cool concept for a series that blended Minecraft with another game. But that also would kind of lose a bit of its charm if I did it on, like, that's not even to do with PAL, but it would lose a bit of its charm if I did it on camera. But then at least I could like make it in, but like, part of the joy of it would be people being like, whoa, what game? If I say it will spoil exactly what it would be all about, but never mind, eh? It's my YouTube series breakout. Huh? No, what? Maybe. I don't know. It's Fortnite. You got me. It's Fortnite. Okay. Here we are. We know what we're doing today, at least. Do 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 do. I don't remember standing here when we logged off, but I assume I did. How have you guys been? Hey, Flower Time, thank you very much for the 100 bits.
Hey, Owen.
Owen.
Guess what I'm gonna say?
What?
I've never said it before.
What?
Kabla owu. So shocking. I had to shout because yesterday I whispered.
Oh, I just covered him. No, I squished him. Oh. Pet sitting this week and I'm allergic. Oh dear. Asleep for once. Thank you for the bits. Mister, thank you much for continuing your gifted sub. Setting up for art fight. Nice. Owen. Owen. Yeah, with the 90. That's crazy. Okay. Let's grab ourselves some yellow concrete and black stone. We're also going to need a bunch more fireworks. I assume I have some. Sign of the times for Eva Strat for the second time. Tie-dyed stuff? That's cool. Ooh. Update. We're going to the gunpowder farm. See mints together. Nice. Busy times for me, but having a good time. Good. I'm like busy. And it's like, I think yesterday was 80% good time, 20% bad time. I think today it went down to about 65% good time, 35% bad time. There was a moment when I think like 4 different things were asked of me. Did I say 505? Wait, excuse me. Moonlit, 505 is insane. There was a moment when I think 5 different things were asked of me at the same time. None of these people knew that anybody other the other ones were like asking things of me. But it basically went like, and then it was all people being like, hey, can you reply to this? Hey, can you confirm this? Hey, are we good to do this? Hey, are you gonna like schedule this? Hey, don't forget to do this. And there was a moment when I was like looking at Pantheon on my one monitor and this piling up on the other. And I was like, I can't do this. I'm gonna have to like delete my Discord for like a week. But the Discord is the thing I use in order to do the productive stuff I need. So it was a bit like I'm torn here. I need to somehow channel back outsiders Owen. not the racism, the standoffish nature of Owen back in the past. different vibe. Oh look, they're spawning. I don't mind, by the way, people reaching out to me. I know that it's it's got to happen when I promise to do things. It was Canada Day 2 days ago. That's fun. It's exciting. Do. See the crafting tables have a use. They do have a use. It's very helpful. Thanks. Okay, that's enough. We really don't need a lot. A little will get you far. Boop. See, 3 stacks. Lovely. Yeah, I don't want any of those guys. Community challenge is 75% of the way complete, and we made it happen like 2 days ago. So clearly 500,000 is not the right amount. I need to be making these things 1 million. Good to know. Have multiple crafting tables, as you should. It's very helpful. Okay, we were getting blackstone, I think, which I think is in this carriage over here. You can check. No. It's in this one. It was Independence Day in the Democratic Republic of the Congo a few days ago. This one I believe, but I could be wrong. Oh, congratulations, them. Look at all this Nautilai. Okay, I think it's just polished blackstone that we need. I don't think we need too much, he says. As always. Yeah, why was everybody becoming independent in the summertime? What's that about? 4th of July, Democratic Republic of the Congo. In the summertime, people were just looking around and going, we should do something about this. Easy to throw the government about the snow. If people can be bothered to do things, in the wintertime, people were just like, let's just try and survive. I think our biggest goal right now is just surviving the winter. Lovely. Is in the southern hemisphere. Wait, yeah. Oh, this is just it's completely flipped on its head now. Our theory's been completely debunked. Okay, yellow concrete. Concrete. These vines have a nice additional benefit, which is that I can climb them and see where all of the things in the trailers are. I don't think concrete is here. I think it's over here. No, that's all wood and stuff. Oops. Maybe it's with the, like, wool? Wool might make more sense. Nope. I assume we did concrete. Man, just when it... I need Jack Attack back. I watched party streamed myself finishing my own PV. A bunch of my friends who never instead of convinced them to watch the rest of the series. Well done. Propaganda. Potentially stupid geography question here. I actually need to look this up. I just typed in Jack Attack. It's a super geology question. If something's on the equator, does it ever get a winter? I'm assuming no. Okay, concrete is in B, left side. A slight one since the other's tilted, but probably not very dramatic. This makes sense. It is to bloom in your own time. Okay, concrete is apparently here. There it is, yep. Right there. Oh, good, that worked. We have wet and dry seasons. That's it, yeah. So why wasn't the concrete here? Oh, it's right there. It's literally there. Oh, good to know. Oop. Probably best to do it in one of these. Oh yeah, let's do Dingbats on the hour. So it's 35 minutes from now. Remind me. Elisari, thank you very much for continuing your gifted sub / Prime. You guys are gonna... I'm gonna have to put you onto emote only mode so that you don't accidentally spoil it for me when we do it. because you guys have probably already done it. So yesterday we played Dingbats, which was just a bunch of pictures as sayings. And then someone made like Owen's Use TV Dingbats. VIPs included. VIPs generally always included because emote only is never really made to be like... We never use emote only to stop bad things from happening that like the VIPs would like... How do I put this? We're never in emote only to stop the general populace from doing something that shouldn't also apply to the VIPs. That'll do. Yeah, we don't use it as a filter. There you go, yeah. Because we're family friendly, it's very easy to spot wrong-uns in chat. And we can do it much quicker, so there's no reason for us to be in emote only, because if anyone is a wrong-un, we just immediately spot them anyway. We don't really get overwhelmed. Alright, that was good. That's fine. We need to now make this all blue. You grab this. Oblivion ref? Is blue an Oblivion reference? And I had no idea. Wait, I just put that away, but I actually need to bring that back out. Is this Silk Touch or Fortune? Fortune, good. Overwhelmed. Oh no, that was a Pyrocyph ref. Whiskey and Juan. Do 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 do. God, he was so good in Cowboys. It's like a free Where's Luan ticket. I think he had the most interesting character. Our good old Pyrocyph did. I think like I clocked that there was I don't think I'd ever like properly worked with Pyrocyph prior to Cowboys. And I think I like knew that something was up. I was like, wait, this guy's actually cooking when he did his like character intro sequence. And there's like one specific bit where he like gets up off of being on the dirt ground and goes like, you hear him on the mic go like, and like dusts himself off. And as he does it, he like punches down like this in the thing. And I saw that and I was like, this guy is so immersed. Like, I never would have thought of doing that in a cinematic before. It takes a very special kind of role player to consider the physical actions. Like, because, you know, you could just, like, stand up and start talking. But you would dust yourself off if you've been sitting in a dust bowl in the cowboy era. So I was like, yeah, this is... We're fine. This is A-okay. Oop. Okay, I think that's all of the nasty cherry oak. Guys, I've been watching bits and bobs. You know how like you watch one thing on YouTube and suddenly YouTube's like, well, I'm going to keep showing you this until you stop clicking it. I don't have like a crazy amount of time to watch Fwips's videos. But I will like watch a little smattering of them while I'm eating like my food and stuff at my desk. And because I clicked on one of them, YouTube's now just like, here's all of them. I gotta admit, I do like the way that he does his storage. I'm not changing my storage. I know I'm gonna get heckled for this. I'm gonna get hazed. It's not fair. Plus with porcelain chat, you know it's gonna happen. So I like the way that he does his storage, where like he has a bunch of builds dotted around his world. And then the builds that he has dotted around the world are singular points to store large amounts of the thing. So when he's filming a YouTube video, he'll, you know, I did. So like when he goes like, okay, we need to go get some wood, he'll go over to his like big lumber mill, which is also a wood farm, which also has a storage system, which is so much easier to organize because it only has to take into account the like 12 different wood types, which is so clever. He doesn't have a singular like, okay, everything has to fit in this one build and it's going to be massive and complicated. And I chose copper golems on a train. Yeah. Yeah. So okay, well, I need to share this with you guys. So I bought the pins, right? And I love working with these people because they're really, really... I've worked with these people for 5 years now. The people who develop my pins and like manufacture them. And so I know the ins and outs of working with them. And I got the invoice and I was just checking through to make sure that the numbers were okay. And they are. But they give a name to each design because there's no place for me to give a name on the website when I make the order. So I was checking and it's like, okay, mouse design. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's probably Bruno. Gold face design, that's Owen, yeah. Cat's design, okay, that's the copper golem one because it literally says like CATS on the pin, so I can understand that they did that. Girl design? Gold design. So huh. Crazy things happening in the OJTV landscape right now. You go, girl. Yeah, you be that pin. All right, let's remove all this. Get rid of all these flowers. So there you go. That just made me laugh today. I was like, wow, okay, well, fair enough then, I guess. Oh, what were we talking about before that? Why was I reminded of that? Why was I reminded of pins? I think it was, oh, the copper golems on the train. Oop. Oh, was I? It does sound like something I would do. You shrugged? Oh, I shrugged as well. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. It wasn't the copper golems. Boop. Yeah, so like maybe in like 5 years I might try a different storage system when they've added like 100 new blocks to Minecraft and the train no longer makes sense. I just don't know how Fwit does so much so quickly. I'm not a quick builder. No, we won't pull to say such things. Like, is it easier when you're not streaming? I assume a little bit because you don't get distracted. But like, that much easier? To the point where you can be like, he streams. I don't think he streams the buildings for his videos, does he? He might do, I suppose. It doesn't look like they're streamed. It looks like they're recorded. He streams most of the creative bits. Oh. Odysseus when he's... I find out about Holy Moly. Let's move on. Not the survival. I see. Yeah, I can understand why not. Fumbled it. Loser, loser. Yep, let's remove all of these flowers so that we can put some flowers down. Boop. Kiara's being deathly silent because if they speak, then there's a chance that we might go into talking about Epic again. Okay. Boop. I had a call with one of the cast members about 5 minutes before that's why I was late to starting stream, because I was asking them about like certain functionality and they were like, do you want to just hop on a call? I'm like free right now. And I was like, I got 12 minutes. But it was very productive, and sometimes calls, you know, I'm always for this could have been an email, but sometimes you do make a lot more progress much faster if you do have a call. You can like bounce ideas back and forth a lot faster. Was it legs? That sounds like legs. It was not legs. Let's get in a call sounds like legs. We're not going through every single person. Was it arms? Very good. Okay. I think that's all the flowers. Whoa! Wowzers. Dang.
Wowie 48, that's a lot.
You didn't...
Hi everyone. Just finished with one hell of a busy week. Legit never had this much to do, Wowie.
You're like, wow, that number's so big.
So much, I'm so tired. How are you?
Good, how are you? Well, you just said you were tired. Wow, what a big number. It also happens to be divisible by 12. I wonder if that's important. Okay, we need a shulker box specifically dedicated to doing the blue biome. The blue biome, which is going to be like Nylium, Nether Sprouts, Weeping Vine, or like, no, Twisting Vines. I don't know what the other ones, the other sprouts, Netherwort, block, something like that. Cool, because I only send emails when I don't see them straight away, so all the things I need to tell them are like well important. So a call would involve a whole, wow, what day is it? Yes, this is fair. But okay, I don't think that is empty yet. It is. Never mind. We're fine. Congratulations on the 4 years. Very cool. All right, now we can just take this and boop. The train does have its benefits. Let's move some of this stone over towards the stone area. Really? Back here? Okay, that's a surprise. Right here? No. Have I really never overstocked on stone? I tell you what, it's probably... Yep, right there. Can you tell I had a D in my maths in my finals? Did I get a D in something? I think I got a C in something. I think I got a C in law, which was not fair. In law, some law class. There you go, yeah. In law. Yo, and I got better. I got a C in law. I know I've said this before, but I got a C in law because I got an A in one of the exams and an F in the other. I think when that happens, there should be a moment of grace where you get a moment to redeem yourself. I guess that's what a resit would be, but I couldn't be bothered. Rocky. Oh, so stupid. Okay. Ah. Okay. I actually think I need to go back this way. If I'm correct... I'm not correct. What? But the thing is... Oh, it's in the wrong... I'm in the wrong carriage. This is pointing to this one. Up. Okay, this is... 1, 2... Up. Yeah, I like the train. I think I just needed to probably make it bigger, which is crazy that this isn't big enough, but never mind. Oh, there we are. Up, 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 up. Boop. Up, up. Boop. Oh, this is not going to be enough. And farm and build to weeping vines. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. Maybe my way's actually okay. And redo the organization. If I ever do the reorganization, it's happening off stream. I'm never doing that on stream again. It's like, you know what? I think we'll look back at that in the same way we look back at the obsidian mining. Or maybe not, if Stevie has anything to go off of. Alright, where's the Nylium kept? Whoa! Apparently, it is right... Really? I went past this. Oh, I did. Wait, it's right here. Never mind. Great. Okay, and now I need some frog lights, which we can easily get. Whoa. Frog lights are in... right here. Too much! Yeah, this train's cool. When I need to go like... okay, I need to make a shulker box of all these things, and it's all just there. It's great. Okay, so let's just take a little aerial view. That should be easy enough. I just gotta... who else can say they did it? Not many, that's for sure. What, me? True. Yeah, well, yes. The train. Sorry, bleh. I found my test scores very amusing because there was fails and stuff. They're missing the top scores because while being ill made my scores bad. No ways. No ways. What are you saying? I'm just yapping. All right, we need Nylium spread out like a virus. And I think the best way to do it from what I can see is... I think we tried to do it like veins, but it didn't work out. What was actually better was to do it randomly and then connect them up like a vein structure then. Boop, 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 boop. Otherwise it's too liney. Yeah. Does it make you want to build again? Wait, we're going to have to remove this at some point so that I can place... well, I'm going to have to do it now. Right, I'm just start throwing random words into my sentence to mess with you. Please don't. Crazy fact. Dally, you gotta stop. I did it. What did you do? It's still funny. I filled a card. Oh, sick. Well done. Hey, in 4 years, that's really gonna pay off. I can't wait to do like streams that are just dedicated to me being like, all right, everybody, redeem your stamp cards. And it's like, brrr, just like a bunch of streamer bot requests flying across my stream. And then like, I have a little Google Sheet doc that has all of the things I need. And I'm like, what? No, you can't choose netherite block. Someone who did that. Don't do that one. And then grabbing all of the blocks and heading over to the Aegis and being like, okay, they want a warped Nylium block here. And they want a waxed, slightly weather copper grate over here. Okay. And then they want... It's going to be horrid. Bedrock is not an option. Mayonnaise is not an instrument, Patrick. Riley, thank you very much for continuing gifted. We're getting a lot of continuing gifted. We need to sleep before it gets too dark because there are no lights. I took out all the lights. I can't wait to make you build the Operation Mincemeat. I think it will be a really cool thing to do, but it is going to be painful. There's going to have to be streams dedicated to it. It'll have to be like a community goal of like 2 million. Owen puts in all of the requests. Am I just creating like a microtransaction roguelite? Where it's like, all right, guys, tune into stream to get a stamp. All right, redeem your stamps in order to get a block. All right, get some channel points to get the community challenge in order to get me to date when I do the next stream to do the stamps. All right, everybody, remind me when we're going to do the stream. Be there for the stream. Okay, redeem your thing. All right, let's take a look at the list. All right, let's go now get the stuff. Ah, we ran out of time. Okay, next time we'll do this. Just constant. Retention hates this one simple trick. I am a mobile game. Wait a second. Takes mask off. Eggy party! It was you all along! When did you replace him? Owen's currently on a distant shore enjoying a drink. He sold his digital rights to Eggy Party. Doop doop. Yeah, I think I might be the first in my bloodline to say that. I think that was genuinely a brand new sentence for the world. Wow. And I very rarely ever think that. Because there's been billions of people. So I'm actually not a firm believer that a lot of sentences are unique. But I think that one might have been. Up, up, up. Hey, Zircon. Eggy party. Do 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 do. Chat alert. We're gonna have to turn that back on one of these days. Tapping. TTS off. We can turn it on if the mods don't mind. Unless it's off on my side, in which case let me know. Pikmin. I really liked Pikmin towards the end of the subathon. I think it actually genuinely kept me going at times. It's on now. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you didn't see, by the way, Luan... Sorry, Luan. That's my wife. Lemontine, the creator, is doing some like very different, like a whole new schedule, basically, for their content. And in and involved in that, I think, is something called Friend Slot Friday. So I might be doing like more variety stuff on like Fridays now. It's not obviously today, because otherwise I'd be doing that. Just an opportunity to keep doing things.
Put it in my front yard because Pikmin.
True. Yeah, since Lemontine raided me the other day, I took that as an opportunity to assume that we were best friends. I reached out to them and they were like, they didn't actually say anything in response. They just sent me the invite to the Discord, but I'm pretty certain that means that we're tight. Always have to follow up. Always have to follow up. What are you doing if you don't follow up? Hey, just a friendly bump to see if you've seen this. And then, the great equalizer, the absolver of all sin. No worries if not. Boom. All guilt fades away with this one simple trick. It got to the point where I used that so much, it got to the point where, like, Iris started using it, ironically, back towards me.
Wait, am I not meant to say no worries if not? Is that not social norm?
No, it is a social norm, but it's like... It's fine in certain circumstances, but it can become like a comfort response where you, like, throw it at the end of anything and everything, because you're beginning to get so in your own head that you're bothering people by messaging them that you're like, no worries if not. And like, if left unchecked, that can then begin to sort of eat into the way that, you know, you hold yourself in conversations. It can remove some of your like public confidence and stuff. Yeah, throw at the end because anxiety. It can be an indication of anxiety in like social situations, which if you recognize that inside yourself, that's fine. But when I used it for like everything, like asking Iris if they wanted to have dinner together when we lived together, they were like, I am your housemate. Stop asking. Don't, like, what do you mean no worries if not? There wouldn't be any worries.
You still want that clip? No worries if not.
What clip? Actually, I think you're lying. I think there's intense worries if I say no. This sounds too familiar. All right, let's change subject. Gonna start throwing in all worries if not. Instead, I started to evaluate which times I actually asked something. Yes, yeah. 100% worries if not, just to clarify. Will hate you if not. I had a really bad like experience with a brand like a couple of months ago. I'm not going to go into details of who and what, but it was like to give you an indication of like how frustrated I was getting. I was signing emails off just with regards. I'd removed all of the friendliness. I wanted them to know that I was mad. Felt like I was committing some kind of war crime. Oh, hey guys. Hope this email finds you. Do I have a... Okay. Do I not have my bow with me? Dum, ba-dum, dum, 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 dum. Am I being blind again? Is it here or do I seriously not have it? Oh, regards exclamation mark is all good. But regards full stop is like, you hate them. Name. That's my last name redacted. Okay, you're not just going, regards, XXXXX. Regards. Cheers, Portal in my Discord DMs. You sign off your Discord DMs? No. You can't be doing that. No. Oh, okay. Do you sign off with Portal so that people are aware of who you are more? Sorry. I think I promised I'd stop doing that. I just learned recently that ending a text or period is passive aggressive, and I'm rethinking every... I think the greatest indicator, like dissonance between generations and messaging formalities and social norms, is boomers unironically and with...
No, I'm not kind. Best regards. I don't wish them any best. Just Owen? Well, I don't wanna be rude. Good regards, backspace. Regards.
Regards. Lovely. That's all I needed. I left it on that. Boomers who go... Were you going to be back for dinner tonight? You hate me? I'm assuming? And then you are... Like, I asked my mother... Because she did it once. And I was like, this is actually a really good opportunity. So the next time I saw her, I asked and was like, when you did this ellipsis, did you, like, were you angry? She was like, no, of course not. And I was like, right. So this means you're angry. It's very odd. I don't know what it is. Because it's not like, oh, it's like the abbreviation rule that a lot of millennials had to like learn to live with when they first started texting because each character costs something. Like, it's not that. They're explicitly sending more characters. It takes longer to do, so it can't be a convenience thing. What do they think it means? Okay, we're gonna need to go grab some more Nylium because we are out. But while we are doing that, do you think they all just decided to do it and mess with us? Like, they know? Durability? Yeah, that's why we're going to the enemy farm. To be continued. There's more to be said. Used to put XX at the end of all their texts. She was lovely. Oh, that's nice. That just sounds like a nice person. Durability. Yes, durability. Yes, that's where we're going. We're going to the Enderman farm. That's not millennials, no. It's like the post boys with the shoes on the cards. Telegrams. Come again, sorry. Okay, there could be an Enderman here mad at us. So let's just be ready for that. I think we're okay. Should I not be okay? Something happened? Okay, looks like we're safe. You didn't pay for every character first over text? You paid for... Oh, sorry. Yes, telegrams you paid per character. But as a millennial, I can guarantee you there was a period of time where I had to watch how many characters I was putting because the length of the message dictated the cost. I'm correct, as am I.
Ding 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 bats.
Ding 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 bats. Oh, true. It's stressing me out that you don't have anything to stop you from walking off the edge. Yeah, but I have my Elytron. I'll do dingbats straight after I'm not in a bad situation. This is bad. Man, do you remember when we used to repair our tools using bloomin' trades? I think I told you guys once I had a partner where the amount of X's dictated how mad we were at each other. This is when I was much younger. It was really bad. That is odd. Yeah, not good. Not good. 5 was like everything's peachy. So basically the way it worked was when we first started talking, it was like a way of us, because we didn't outright, I was a teenager. We didn't outright say that we liked each other. It was like sort of, I'm trying to gauge whether or not you like me back. And the way that we went about that was like mirroring each other's amount of X's that we put in the message. And so like, I think one of us started off with 1, the other person would do 1 back. Eventually, when things got a little bit like more comfortable, it would go to 2. 5 was then the limit. We kind of like both unwritten rule agreed that 5 is any more than that is ridiculous. But 5 then became the indicator of like things are good, and if it went down to 4, one of us was angry with each other. Like if we were in the middle of an argument or someone said something or like they'd done something to upset us, stood us up for an important date or something. They went from talking to texting, just meant to show trailing off, leaving a pause. I see. Well, there was times when there was miscounts and the other person would go, are you mad at me? And they'd go, no, sorry. So really bad. Really, really bad. Not a good tool at all. Would not recommend. I remember going from a brick phone to my first like touchscreen iPhone and asking because I found it really like difficult to do the like 5X's on a smartphone. Being like, hey, can we like just go to 1x given that like 5x's is basically 1x and 4x's is basically no x? Could we just like just go to 1x? It's just easier. And she was like, no. I was like, okay, well, okay. No, noted then, I guess. No worries if not. In fact, there was many worries. Such a boy thing to say. Yeah, I mean, it was, yeah. Hey, in the sense of efficiency, could we do away with the, like, frivolous, needless showing of affection for each other? No, Owen. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Minor worries, if not. Get rid of that, that, and that. Alright. Let us leave. My worry is that one of them is going to run off the edge at one point. Yeah, we're getting chased. One of them is going to run off the edge at one point, fall down, hit us off the edge, and then we're falling. We got company. Oh, that's a hole. You're going to want to take a look at this. Whooplam! I missed like 3 times in a row. That was embarrassing. Alright, let's get out of here. Boop. Okay, we can now do Dingbats.
This year my corrections for my final assignment were not given to me until the day before the end. The amount of times I sent no worries if not with my assignment updates when there were huge worries if not was crazy.
There were in fact massive worries if not. See, that's a very good example, chat, where it's like, it's fine to put it at the end of a sentence or a message. And it is a polite thing to do. But sometimes people need to know that there are worries if not. Hardcore doesn't change the difficulty. It just sets the mode to hard. And then has the death rule. Hi, Bekimon. Hope you're well. Hello, Bekimon Raiders. You come in at a perfect time. We're about to do Juice Cafe Dingbats. Where can I find these? If I just type Dingbats. Owen themed Dingbats as promised. Okay, sick. If you don't know what a Dingbat is, you're about to find out. You love Dingbats? Good, good. All right, let's start. I'm gonna. So these are, I'm assuming, things related to me in some way. I'm going to not put you... Are we in emote only mode right now? Yeah, we are in emote only mode. I think we'll actually leave it as that. That's fine. Okay, we'll put you into emote only mode for the moment. Bekimon is allowed to speak, but nobody else is. Bekimon's the only person that I can be certain hasn't seen this already, because the answers are in the Discord. But Bekimon also probably has to go make dinner or something. Okay, so I need to try and figure these out. These are stuff to do with OJTV, community, moments, or whatever. Moments. Very... Gray, very faded, very see-through, very see-through. I don't know. This is hard. Start me off with a hard one. Very. Is it my lisp? Did you just do this so I would say very again and again? Very see-through, very grey, very invisible. Okay, I'm going to move on from this one because I clearly don't know it. Owen. Owen World? Owen's World? Like hardcore? Owen Biome? Owen Field? Owen Forest? Owen in Forest? Owen in Woods? Owen in the Littlewood? Okay. You guys have to do OJTV clap if I get it, if you know. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Dragon. Broken dragon? Unfinished dragon? Like the build? Dragon break? Dragon broken? The dragon build, maybe? I know this one, I think. It's to do with OJTV. How do you know this one? It's like related to me and my community. How have you got it? Broken dragon. I think I just logged in. Alright, okay, well, I don't know that one either. Dang, I'm bad at this. Baby goat, baby goat, goat surrounded by babies. I think I know 1 and 3. You think you know this? Goats surrounded by babies? What has goat got to do with me? I'm not the greatest of all time. Unless they're just being nice. Okay, well, okay, moving on. Whoa, whoa. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 dozen grape juice? Dozen juice? There's a dozen of them. There's 12. 12 juices. 12 juices? 12 dozen juices? Cheaper by the dozen? How am I so bad at this? I haven't got a single one. No brew. What? What? No brew? No tea? No juice cafe? Is it Casper the Fox? Like he's banned from the juice cafe? Stop facepalming. It's so much easier when you know the answer. Oh, mans, I says. I truly don't know any of these. That's incredible that you've made 6 things that I don't know. How did I not get a single one? All right, I'm looking up the answers. Okay, can a mod please, only a mod, please give me the answer to number 1? Maybe if I get abundantly clear. Oh my gosh. That is horrible. You're the worst. Okay, so it's... How did I not get that? I literally said very see-through. Okay. Owen in the woods? Owen touches grass? Owen touching grass? I'm gonna guess no. Alright, Moz, give me the answer. Outsiders Owen? Oh my gosh. Snapdragon! I get it now. I didn't think it was going to be my characters. I was thinking about Juice Cafe. Snapdragon. Okay, I got one. Okay. Goat surrounded by 4 baby goats. Is number 6 Copper Sparrow? No, that wouldn't make sense. I now need to make sure I don't think about it being characters too much. Alright, give me the answer to 4. I don't know. Cowboys, I guess. I mean, no, it doesn't really work. Goat. Billy and the Kid. This is so good. I'm so mad. Oh, brother, that's so good. I literally said could be Cowboys. And I was there, but not for the right reason. Right, there's 12 dozen. There's a dozen grape juices. You get like the juice carton at a year? Do you? You don't even do that. That's not even a thing. Okay, answer yes or no, mods. Is it to do with a dozen? No? It's not to do with 12 either? Okay, Outsiders, 1 try. Rats 1. Pirates, Rats 2. Cowboys. Vampires. Bannerfall. I haven't got it. Tell me, mods. Oh my gosh, it says O. Oh, that's horrible. I did not see the shape of that at all. Oh, I'm so mad. That's a hard one, yeah. Owen. Dang, that's so clever. Okay, no brew. No brew? Okay, they have been about individual characters. Okay, brew. Another word for brew is tea or drink. No drink. No tea. No brew. Brew band. Brew band. Tea band. Drink band. Stop. Brew stop. Drink stop. Tea stop. I don't know. Give it to me. Bruno? I'm sorry, I don't like this game. Oh, that's so good. I said no Bruce so much. I really did. Get him out of emote only. I can't stand any more face palming and question marks. GG's. Thank you. Who made that? Let me double check. Artemis, thank you very much. Very good. That's, man. Next time, if you would be so kind, don't give them the answers. They get all high and mighty when they know the answers. You haven't heard of Dingbats, Luan? They're awesome. Here, we did these earlier. We did these yesterday, but you were live. I'm going to show you very briefly. We won't go. We won't. I'm just going to give you the answers to these ones as we look at them because I don't want to take up too much more time. So this was like kids require around kids. This was children in need. This one, 2 letters of each, spelling cream, double cream. Like, it can be anything and everything. This is one you did? I didn't make this. This is just what exists online. You could probably get this one, Luan. Oh, mother. There's mother down here. Mother. Little round robin. Well done. There you go. See, it's fun until you don't know them. And then it's the least fun thing in the world. The mother in all caps was Max Imam, which is a horrible one. Is a round robin an actual thing? Yeah, round robin. A round robin is like to go in like a circle around a group of people, like round robin style. So you really kind of just have to say what you see. And I should have seen Brew know and done it. Well, can't wait for bloomin' guess the mods, but it's Dingbats. Now that they've seen how horribly angry I get about not knowing the answer. Round robin style, send the explanation of what round robin is. Well, you do it then about Googling it, Dior. Go ahead. Fall way too hard about Bruno. I don't think I will. No, I mean, crazy that. Okay. Last we were here, we needed to grab some Nylium. Oh, they've really... I don't mind, for the most part, Enderman. But they weren't really... When the developers made them, I don't think they really took the time to consider that, like... If left in a concentrated area, they will just, like... absolutely mess up a biome. I can do that, yeah. Well, but why is there just a tiny block there? Let's try and fly until we find another warp forest, because that one's kind of dead. It's kind of been ransacked. Oh, great, another bastion, and you can already see some brutes there. What are the chances one of them jumps off and, like, takes me out midair? Oh, it's a treasure bastion? I'm going to assume that I've been there for my own. I definitely haven't. There's a bunch of gold blocks there. Okay, well, I'm just going to pretend that isn't there for the time being. For my own benefit. Cords? I'll grab them on the way back. Oh, why is it always crimson? Please. And I bet when we need crimson, we're going to come back into this netherworld, and it'll be like, nah, there's none here. It moved while you were gone. All the Endermen picked up all of the blocks and moved them. These are unloaded chunks. That lava just fell. Hey, there we go. To all who celebrate. Can't say that that includes me, but very, you know, yippee, I suppose. Let's try and use this. Does this have silk touch? No. But this one does. Cords for this one? Oh, wait, it's not this, it's something else. No, you're right, it is silk touch. I didn't even know that she was getting married, if not for all the arguments on Twitter. Why are people arguing about it? It's gotta kind of suck when you're a celebrity and you get into a relationship and it's publicized, and then you kind of feel like you're not vibing with the relationship anymore. And we're on that same thought. Something that's a real, like, problem in relationships, and what you kind of got to always watch out for, is that you're not continuing to be in a relationship because of inertia. Like, I've been in it for 5 years. I need to continue being in it more. Like, I need to make it work. I've put all this time in. But, like, imagine that being, like, that feeling must be tripled for a celebrity, where it's like, not only have I put this time in, but also if I don't make this work, now everyone's going to be like, oh, it didn't work out. I wonder why. I wonder who they'll date next. And then when you date somebody next, it's like, will this one last? It's like, it must be exhausting. But I think that's probably offset by the millions that they make. So I don't feel too bad for them. Yeah, like, you know, investment power socialism in celebrities was like the first of its kind, you know? That was like the first space we saw it. Do you think power socialism existed back in medieval times? Do you think certain people would turn to the other and people would be like, the king doesn't know you. Stop acting like this. The king has to say he likes you. He's the king. I'm really hoping I don't hit that guy, so I'm not going to get those. Do, 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 do. Ooh. Because you don't have to shout. It's okay. I can see you. I see you, Jake Sully. Okay, this is a tiny island. Little pocket. Sorry, that's alright. I just want you to know that you don't I do read the messages. Oop. Bro, he's the king. He doesn't read your scrolls. Stop sending scrolls to the king. He doesn't read them. Okay. Oop. Thanks, guys. I'm here, and I am not. I actually said to Luan before I went live, it's going to be a shorter one today because I need to get back to Pantheon, like ASAP. Why are we farming the grass thing? And I thought we had a long line of Nylian grass in the air back at the base. So what I'm actually after is the Nylium itself, but this stuff is all, dang it. This stuff is all here. So I might as well gather the grass while I'm here. Because, you know, otherwise it'll get wasted. I'm very hyped for Pantheon. I hope everybody enjoys it as much as I have enjoyed concepting it. I'm like starting to get the server. So like there's some really weird stuff that they just don't teach you at Nutella Hack School. And by that I mean in the YouTube videos of like NeoForge modding. So like, okay, let's say somebody has a potion effect on them. Great. We can now, on a plugin, you can be like, if person has potion effect, do this certain thing. I actually have to use this to store a lot of this stuff. That's really helpful. And you can do that too in mods. So the way I'm going about making certain functionality happen is that, like, let's say somebody is doing something, they like trigger something that has to happen for a certain amount of time. Let me try and explain it in like vampire rules. Let's say the vampires had like an ability which when they use, they deal 5 times as much damage, okay? A way that you could go about doing that is giving them a potion effect, like a custom potion effect that you make that's unique to the mod. You obviously could just give them strength, but let's pretend that doesn't exist for the purposes of this question or exercise. So we can now test for like, does this vampire have this certain ability on the server or like this potion effect? And that's really good. What they don't tell you in the tutorials or when you're learning is that if I'm standing here and another person is standing there and they have a potion effect, my client, the bit running on my machine, doesn't know that they have a potion effect if it's not giving off particles. It just doesn't appear on their side. Or like on my side at runtime. Which is really weird. It's basically invisible to me. Not literally invisibility. So like if somebody were to have strength potion effect and the particles were turned off, my client wouldn't know that they have that potion effect, which makes it really difficult for me to like check when sometimes I have to like check if somebody has a potion effect, but the circumstance I'm in is I'm like coding on the client side, not the server side. So there's certain things that I just don't get to know that the server knows, and I can't know because it isn't sent to the client at any point. And that weird server client divide has been basically what has taken me so long to do so many different things. Because I'm like, why isn't this working? They have the potion effect. What's wrong? Why is it telling me that they don't have the potion effect? And it's because I'm like, I happen to be coding from the perspective of a client that doesn't get that information. It's very weird. I know a lot of that was probably, but yeah, they don't tell you that it happens. And I don't have the time to like read all of the different things for every single like separation between like plugins and mods. So I end up finding that out after doing 2 hours worth of trying to debug my code. It's not broken. It's like just the fact that the client doesn't know certain pieces of information. Do you still get the effect? So it gets resolved when, like, let's say for strength, for example, I wouldn't know if somebody had strength. It gets resolved when they hit me. And then my client goes, wait, no, my client doesn't even know. My client doesn't get to know. The only way that I know is because okay, so let's say attacker, defender. Defender doesn't know attacker has strength. Attacker hits the defender. That gets sent to the server. The server goes, oh, I know you have strength. So the amount of damage that you need to do is upscaled much more. And then I'm going to send this to the client, the defender, saying, hey, you just took 9 hearts of damage rather than like 2. So the client never knows about it. And the reason I think why they do it is because it saves me getting data. Like every bit of data that you don't send, every tick, like every 20 times a second, is helpful for the network. If I had like 1,000 players around me and they each had 10 different potion effects, imagine how much less information I'm receiving due to the fact that I don't need to know that they all have those potion effects. Pay attention to the fact that stream elements, you're warning everyone, but they're literally right beneath your nose. All right, I'm not trying to gather too much of this because this isn't as much of a block that I need. You've been hit by a strengthened player, client. No, I think I just got hit hard. They just really packed a punch in that one specific moment. All right, we need to go back towards home, which is positive Z, negative X. I'll leave the chords open so that you can see where that bastion is. Yeah, there's been an uptick of them recently. Okay, that is not the way we came because that's new lava. Only you can prevent forest fires, chat. And by forest fires, I mean bots. Okay, here it is. It's at x 400, y minus 200. And safely back to where we belong. All right, cool. Got a bit more Nylium. Lost all my gold. How did you lose all your gold? Farkle. That's rough, man. That could not happen to me. Because I coded it to make sure that it didn't. I think it's been long enough now since Battlefield to reveal that I absolutely did have code that just gave me incredible rolls. It's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke. Okay. Up. Grab this. Or is it? Are you being slash gen? No, that's why I said it was a joke. Can you imagine what that would... You can't say that people on Twitter will take you serious. Oh, sorry. Can you imagine what that would do to my, like, honor? Imagine playing Owen as a character and then simultaneously doing that. Maybe if I was playing a jester. That would be funny just for the bit. But if I were to do it, I would have done it in, like, an obvious way. Like, I would have had, like... This is a crazy sentence. If I did it, this is how I would have done it. Because, you know, all good people in life have said sentences like that. I would have made it so, like, if I was holding a specific item, then it would, like, auto-resolve and hot dice me. Like, it would just roll 1s and 5s if I needed it. And then I would hold it when there was, like, 1 or 2 dice left. But then I would, like, absolutely tip my hand too far on purpose. And just have, like, a moment where I just had a massive runaway. 7 hot dice in. You thought about it? Just then, yeah. I'm in a coding mood, so, like, literally anytime anybody says anything to do with any kind of functionality, my brain's like, and how would that look? Or how would you do that? Just tested it. You can't have items. Oh man. Just tested it. So the client doesn't know that it's holding an item. It just guesses. And so far it's just been correct every time. And no one's seemingly caught out by that. Having an item out would make it an automatic hot dice so someone can see in your hand that you're, like, cheating that way. Like, that would be a fun way to do it if I was playing, like, a jester character. There was a moment when I was, like, about 2 weeks into Battlefield, where I was like, people are kind of getting the game and they seem to be really enjoying it. Maybe I should, like, add a special mode or, like, make the rules more complicated in some way, like, more nuanced, more strategical. And then I had to be like, no. Like, the joy of this game is how simple it is. And if you start adding in a bunch of extra rules, it immediately becomes not fun. Like, fun maybe for the person who understands the rules, but it wouldn't be nearly as fun for, like, a chatter coming in and being like, how do we play it? And it's like, well, this is Farkle, which you can Google the rules for, except this is Bannerful Farkle. So it's, like, different because it does, like, this. You can, like, technically, like, attack and defend. In fact, before I settled on Farkle as, like, a game, I think I was coming up with, like a different dice game, like trying to make a dice game from scratch. And it was just really hard to come up with one that felt fun. It's meant to spawn. It doesn't care where it spawns the NPC. just as long as the table is not spawned in a location which doesn't make sense. This technically would go this way. Battleships. Yeah, it's going to be tricky because, like, for the next SMP, obviously not Pantheon because that's got, like, scheduled times. Do I just put Farkle in again? Do I do a new game? I genuinely think Farkle became as popular as it did on Bannerfall because it was called Farkle. And that made people find it endearing and fun. And it was so cool seeing him back. Yeah, I got it from Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's why the rules are different in, like, real life. The Bannerfall rules don't have triple pairs as a, like, scoring option because that doesn't exist in Kingdom Come Deliverance. And that's the version of the game that I, like, knew. No way, is that it? Wait, what? That's it? Oh, brother. I did not grab enough. Do we have bone meal? Yeah, but not nearly enough. Not enough to do what you're insinuating. Oh, okay. How close am I? Not very. I've done maybe like a little under 50%. All right, well, back at it again, I guess. Instead of having to go to the Nether, can't you just farm the warped Nylium? So warped Nylium doesn't spread, and the only way to make it spread is through bone meal, which means I could have 1-to-1 bone meal to Nylium, which could work. But a stack of bone meal now only gets me a stack of Nylium, which isn't a lot. I mean, I'd also have to place all of the netherrack, which would take a long time. What I just need to do is find a large warp biome that isn't this. Let me have a little look around here and see if there's, like, if it continues elsewhere. Like, maybe it's up here. I've clearly been here. I guess. No, this is where they've picked up their own. All right, this is good enough. This little pocket up here will probably get as far. This stuff is valuable, though. Up. I wonder what if I ever did another season. Not that I ever would, because I'm definitely not going to die. I'm never going to die. But what I could do to, like, really lock in and make loads of builds in a short amount of time. I guess, like, basically doing what I always said I was going to do. Get into the game, get endgame loot, get every farm imaginable, make one, like, a not pretty but very large storage system. Doesn't have to be clever, just has to be like existing. And then just try and use all those farms to make stuff. Do you know what size monitors you have? Not really. I'm looking around for like a tape measure or something. I'm afraid I don't. This big. So if you measure the screen right now, that'll tell you. Okay, hang on. Wait, I can do this. If I do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 iPhone 12 Maxes lot wide. You're welcome. Oh, there goes those. Just gave everybody a heart attack who wasn't tabbed in. Who thought that I might have just broken a tool. I don't know if it tells you the... Let me try. Screen settings. Nope, that display settings. Wow. Microsoft, you've made such a great software here. Okay, display settings. Because what I want to do is Google display settings when I type something into my computer, definitely. It's 2,560 pixels by 1,440 pixels. Okay, no. Display. I think it's in system information. Hardware resources. Components, maybe? No. That's input. Don't I have output? I'm afraid I cannot find it. I'm so sorry. If somebody points me in the direction on Windows 10 on where I need to go to get that. Oh, hello. Kind of scary being in the dark with these guys. I don't like it. Okay. Okay, we've looped back round. Why have we looking at the monitor? Somebody asked. Oh, this is a big one. Didn't realize this biome went out this far. This is all of the stuff I need. Should be more than enough if I can gather all of this. It's times like this when I'm really reminded that Minecraft really is just about moving blocks from one location to another. In a way that means that the end result is more aesthetically pleasing in one area, but usually isn't as aesthetically pleasing in the place that you ransacked. There are many things I don't realize. This is true. Display settings, scale and layout. Thank you. Display settings. Scale and layout. Multitasking. Scale and layout. Advanced scaling settings. That's unfortunately just the resolution. Advanced display settings. I'm afraid not. I mean, we destroy things to make a new... True, true. Wow, that's deep. Alright, let's get to work actually collecting what we came here for. I really don't like all these Endermen here. But I guess, you know, they were here first, so... Do, 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 do. I can turn on the music. I think I turned it down earlier because it was getting loud or something. Okay, let's drop these all into here. I don't know, I don't think that's enough from what we've seen. I'm gonna keep going. I think we need another like 9 stacks. Welcome back, hello. He just leaves us on red. I read every chat message. Well, I read almost every chat message. I definitely don't respond to every chat message. That would be dreadful. I'd never get anything done. I think we came from this way. Boop, boop. Ha! Yeah. Oh no, it's a nightmare. A bunch of agreeing noises. Ha! What does that add? Say all messages ever said. You need to back up, sir. Okay, looking good. I think maybe one more inventory full. I think there's still some gubbins around here, some flatter areas that we can make advantage of. Take advantage of. Hello, basket. I thought that was like a fallen down tree then. I didn't know that they did those. They don't, but I thought it was. Didn't read everything because that would just make us feel bad if you did miss one. It would force a message, yeah. This is the messier bit over here. There are fallen down trees in birch forests, but only, I think, birch forest. I don't think they do them in any other biome. I like the look of the shelf mushrooms. Okay, let me rephrase that. I like the concept of the shelf mushrooms that they've added. I will admit, because they're a block, they're rendered as a block item in the inventory. And so you end up with like different mushrooms, which are like the usual block entities, these like crisscross applesauce kind of vibe. And then you've just got this like strange square, ominous square. It does look a little off right now, but I do like the look of them. Like I want them to be liked because I like them. Can you spot my OC? I never heard that before, but I can absolutely understand what it means. Just based off of the context. They're squidgy when you land on them, you bounce. That's kind of fun. I think you can get different sizes. They look like a fake leak. Did you guys hear about the straw bed? I heard about the straw bed. Oh, they've more interesting news than the straw bed. They've done something because of the straw bed, which is awesome. I think it's chests and beds. It might just be beds. Beds at the least. Now no longer count as block entities, which means they render in no matter how far away you are from them. And I think same for chests. So there's like a difference between your render distance and your simulation distance. They've changed the render pipeline on Minecraft in the most recent snapshot so that you can view, because I think they did it because they heard that straw beds were going to be used massively by a lot of people to do like thatching on roof and stuff. On roofs. So they were like, well, if you do that and then we don't make beds be able to be rendered from any distance, then it's gonna... Oh, hello. What he was doing. That would look like really weird because your roof would just disappear. Straw beds... No, straw beds are real. They're not in the game yet. It was incredible watching in real time, being told, hey, here's a little sneak peek that you can leak if you want. Straw beds, not in the next update, but at some point. And then all of the like creators going, guys, straw beds are gonna be a thing at some point. And then a snapshot coming out for the dappled forest and people being like, see, straw beds aren't here. And we've been lied to by Mojang once again. Looks like Mojang have removed straw beds because they got leaked. What a shame. It's like, why are you so dense? Please. Okay, we got more than we need. I think this is good. Yeah, it does seem to be like a very common thing. I mean, to an extent, I'm going to say, and this is not me being on other people, on their side. I guess what I'm trying to say is, as one might probably expect from the biggest video game of all time, the community is constantly fractured and people are constantly dunking on the company that makes it. Like, in a way, it's kind of like, yeah, you got to take your lumps a little when you are the biggest, best-selling video game of all time. Kind of sucks, but could be worse. You could be not the best-selling video game of all time. So it just sort of attracts that vibe. Once again, they can wipe their tears with the wads of cash. I do wish the community could like somehow expel all of the people who just constantly rude about it every time there's an update. It's negative. Oh, I did that here as well. What is it with this specific area that makes me fall in the hole? Mojang's not that bad at all. Mojang's really nice. Like, I know that anyone who would like is like anti-Mojang would basically just say like, oh, Mojang shill, classic. But like, really, they're constantly listening and constantly providing. It's just really, they're just a really nice company to really. You were down there for so long. Since the beginning of this build. And now you're friends all alone. I will reunite you. By the one thing that they have in common. It's so funny that like Pyro was the one to make Vampire Owen like snap, and yet Owen like really didn't like mess with him at all, like really didn't do anything bad to him. It colored my perception on V Pyro so much, yeah, and that's why it hurt. Yeah. Wrong place, wrong time. Like, can you imagine how different the perception of V Owen would have been? And maybe it wouldn't have been, but I'm open to input here. If upon getting his first kill under his belt, Owen immediately then kills Pyro. In that same like hole. Did nothing to Pyro, and yet BOV hated him. Yeah, true. What do you mean? Well, like, so you know when like Vampire Owen got a kill with Vampire Pyro of this strange non-named just antagonists in the story. Imagine then Owen immediately, you know when I turned to Pyro and was like, I want to kill you so bad right now. That was like me as a creator being like, I want you to know my plan was to kill you right now, but I'm trying not to main character this. So I'm like, I'm not going to. Because then like, you know, we wouldn't have had that really cool moment with Shelby getting to do it. I didn't want to be like, the owner of the SMP and one of the first 2 vampires are like the only person responsible for killing a vampire throughout the whole series. I feel like it would have been a bit much. But would have been cold. Give in to main character syndrome. Unfortunately, I can't as an owner. It's really hard sometimes. I gotta make sure that I take a step back, because then that means that my cast get to be happy. I would have never have changed Shelby's, like, where Shelby ended up in a million years. Such a cool story beat, and I'm so pleased for her that she got to have it. And I would never want to take that away. I'm not saying you would want me to take that away. I'm just saying, like, in general, you know. You gotta, like, leave room for it to grow. But I agree. Would have been awesome. I think if Owen had done that, I think they probably would have killed him. I think like way earlier on in the next episode, I think he probably would have been hunted down and killed by the other vampires. Unless, and this was my thinking as we were approaching the crypt. My one thought process while I was considering my choices that were in front of me was, if I kill both of them, I can tell everybody that they attacked me in the crypt. And while they may not believe me, they can't prove that I'm lying. And that might be enough doubt for them to, like, then be like, okay, I guess we have to take your word for it. Can you imagine how insane the forethought would have been to get a skin made of stage 3 vampire Owen, but like shirt torn, bloodied up, and then changed into that skin after killing both of them and gone up to everyone and been like, they attacked me. Because like it would have added so much more weight to his word, but also the creators would have been like, but you knew, like, they couldn't have metagamed, but you knew that they were going to do that then, because you have the skin ready. Hey, Raiders, how's it going? Good to see you. I did that when I killed Ravel and Grove. Did you? That's sick. In Vampires. Yeah, in the video game. Very good, very clever. I think, yeah. I think right decision for me not to in the end, but would have been very, very cool. And I guess what I was trying to say, what this all started with is like, it really was Pyro that like was the straw that broke the camel's back, but he really just kind of didn't. Owen never really actually then like capitalized on that. I think what was probably the reason in Owen's head is like, sure, I hate Pyro and I'd like to kill him in the video game, but I can't attack two people at once, and I probably am going to have more luck getting the other person over Pyro. I think Pyro is going to be a harder hunt. Is this the reason you're doing a specific pattern? No, I'm just letting my mind kind of run through with it. Free. I think you can't on both. They're vampires. It's a lot harder. Okay, cool. That's looking a lot better. We just need to run it off to the edges. Then a normal skin every time he dies. He switched over the because it takes about 10 minutes to close the game and open it back up. I see. Let's do... We got to make this go all the way to the edges. Otherwise, it feels like, why is it not? It looks very odd. Do. I'm going to be probably kicking myself a little bit because I chose to develop Pantheon in Neoforge because when I was doing some reading on it, I saw that like Neoforge had more tools out of the box. Which I was like, I'm probably gonna need that. So let's do that. Flashback is a Fabric mod. Neoforge and Fabric are two different launches in mod environments. Flashback is a non-negotiable for a YouTube series. So we're gonna have to figure out how to port that over. I think there is a mod called Syndicate or something like that, which allows you to port Fabric mods over into a Neoforge environment. But it does mean that the whole mod pack is going to be a little more unstable. I think it should work. We were looking at it, Sty, Pandia, and I, and it looks like we should be okay. I'm not... No. So I'm a little annoyed at myself that I didn't have the foresight for that, but ayo. But on the plus side, the skin like application software like fork that I spoke about the other month when I was talking about how I did the expressions on vampires, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't work in the most recent version or if they didn't do a fork for that most recent version, because now I understand how to decompile mods and read them. So I can just read how the fork worked and then just translate it to the modern environment. Oh, you got the expressions down too? That's sick. How? CPM? What's that? Making eyes and shifting around. Custom player models. You do it live? You did it live? Like how Frog did it? That's crazy. Very cool. I wonder if any of the other creators will do expressions like I did for vampires in Pantheon. I'm going to need to be really clever about how I do it this time because it was by far the biggest time sink out of the entire process. It would literally add an additional day to the editing of the video. But if any of the Pantheon creators feel like they can take a crack at it, I think it really added a lot to it. I think it gave me a very nice, unique selling point for my POV. I'll be honest, if I can be transparent with you, if I can be abundantly clear, I'm a little nervous. I feel like not just for Pantheon itself, but also my series. Like, I want this to do well. I don't think it will do as well as Vampires, but I hope it's like well received. I'm a little anxious about it. Is the story like Vampires was like cooking in my head for 3 years? Don't dally. I think just it being YouTube will help. Yeah, true. I wasn't gonna. I can never be certain. We have your expressions as emotes. I was typing it. Well, thank you for your honesty. No, I'm fully aware that it will at least be well received because people will be like, Owen's Juice is back. Yay. No more stream exclusive. We get YouTube. Because I know there was wailing across the nation when we announced that Bannerfall was going to be a, like, not Twitch exclusive, but a Twitch primary thing.
They were moving differently with player models in the cinematic RP community because they had things like a HD Minecraft skin and model with glowing parts, but only those parts would glow and give off light. Done without the invisible torch on the head trick.
They were moving differently with player models in the cinematic RP community. I feel like I've caught the end of a sentence that you were saying. Oh, it's how they do it in cinematic role plays that use older things like Blockbuster and custom models. They were moving differently with player models in the cinematic RP community because they had things like a HD Minecraft skin and model with glowing parts, but only those parts would glow and give off light. I see, I see. Okay, that's all of this added. We can now chuck this in here, grab some of this. I feel like you had a field day using Blockbuster. I don't know what that is. Is that like Mimemator? With fanfics that's only a little bit interesting. Yeah, go ahead. Boop. It's weird, this bit. Like, it doesn't... Why is it like this? Oop. I'm so glad that we got to work with Cassius for the announcement trailer. That was so cool. Because Outsiders was so big. There's lots of crossover fics between Outsiders and Rats and other PAL stuff. And now there's a bunch on Bannerfall and VSMP crossover fic too. Interesting note. But like Outsiders is like overlapping on Bannerfall and Vampires, or Vampires is crossing over with Bannerfall. Blockbuster was the big mod for cinematic roleplays to make custom animation cinematics. You could have an NPC model sitting at a table doing an animation live in-game and create full cinematic scenes. Only problem is it was horrific to use and too complicated. Oh, I see. VSMP and BF crossover. That's kind of like, I want to say replay mod. Like, replay mod was just horrible to use. It would crash all the time. It was so unstable. I used to lose so much work. The interpolation was so scuffed, but it allowed us to do things that were like otherwise impossible. And we must give a nod to those that came before us and a thank you to developers that like showed something like that was possible. Outsiders wouldn't have existed without replay mod. But flashback. It's just so nice to see a great idea made in a way that like this makes total sense. But I needed it so much. But now that flashback is a thing. Yeah. I'm pretty certain that replay mod was made by somebody who worked at Nox Crew. Either used to or still does. Probably used to once upon a time. It was an interesting moment in my first ever recording session for Nox Crew for MCC. One of the testers said, "Owen, what's your opinion on replay mod?" And I had just gotten out of editing a pretty horrific selection of scenes in replay mod, so I was like, "Oh, I mean, it's good, but I'm so mad at it, and I hate it also." And then they were like, "Interesting." And I was like, "Well, why?" And they're like, "Well, because you're part of Nox Crew now, and the person who made it is from Nox Crew." And I had to be like, "Oh, and I feel like I've said something wrong." I can't remember who that tester was. Why did they do that? You know, they're being cheeky. It's like hazing. Oh, there was a lot of hazing. There's a lot of hazing for the testers. Ba-ba. Okay, that's those added. There's probably some that I'm missing, but I'll see them as I run. Hazing is like being mean to somebody under the guise of it being like as part of an initiation to a club, a group, a friendship circle, etc., etc. It's not a good thing, really. All right, I've got about 10 minutes left before I got to get back to coding and dinner. So I think what we'll do is, well, yeah, that's the literal definition of it. That's not the like. I'm just gonna throw this in here. I don't want this. Boop. Okay. I think we now need this stuff. So just sprouts everywhere, and then these clumps there as well. Okay, grab these and these. Let's start with this, because this is probably going to be what we're using the most. I'm going to try and do all of this layer first. I'll do it in like layers. Edit down your, but I don't even know how to edit because I want to show it to my sister, but she's busy. It would probably be, it would be easier than the even like editing the realm, because I think I was out of character and there was less of it for more of the SMP. BF was half the length. Yeah, that'll help as well. And the storylines, I think, were a lot more clear cut. And then you could like, and fewer plot lines. Well, yeah, there you go. Ba, ba, ba. I'm so excited to work with the cast again. I think there's something really fun about just like seeing a group of people reliably every week for like 2 or 3 months. And like, it's all just like unanimously agreed we'll all be here at this exact time to do this exact thing. Man just goes happy friends. Wow. And then, yeah, it's going to be awesome. And we get to like actually watch more of everybody else. Like there was a sense of people weren't allowed to watch other people's POVs. The cast weren't allowed to watch the cast's POVs because it would give away like important story beats. There is still a little bit of secrecy with how we're planning this format. We've tried to capture some of the same essence of subterfuge and secrecy. I can't go into detail on how, but I think legitimately it's what makes Pantheon. Like Pantheon, the genre, it's sitting in a very cool genre. But I think if it was just we are Greek champions, like champions of Greek mythological gods, I don't think that would be enough to carry the series into an interesting place. But the concept that we're playing with, the like subterfuge as it were, I think is what's going to really spice things up. I still maintain that Vamp shouldn't have watched human POVs. It's fair enough. Boop, boop. The subterfuge is one of us is actually the champion of a Roman god. And we have to sniff him out. Is that the plot of Percy Jackson? Is it? But yeah, like the secrecy in question is not as like, oh, if you watch somebody's POV, you'll spoil everything for yourself. No, not really. Like it. Okay, fair. So what will you spoil? Come again? Why is there so many animals in there? If you watch someone's POV, what would get spoiled for you? Obviously, I can't answer that. It's not fishing. Is that all of the blue sprouts I have? No. So Owen, what's the like unique selling point? Surely you can tell us. You're not my lawyer. You're not a shark. I think I wouldn't know my lawyer. Special powers, I need to live without them or get them back. It's a very nice idea. With the Greek Pantheon premise, and they started becoming Sailor Moon fairies and replacing the gods. A select group of people expressing why of how you guys would portray the pantheon and the gods and such comes from there being another popular MCRP with the Greek pantheon premise. And they started becoming Sailor Moon fairies and replacing the gods. Huh. Wow. That's interesting. And that upset people because they didn't like people turning into moon fairies? Or because it was like a blending of genres? Imagine if the plot of a Christian SMP was replacing God. No, surely those two. No, surely that's incomparable. Like, because we're not doing Hellenistic polytheism SMP. What we're touching on isn't the religion; it's the mythological stories. Oop. The stories are part of the religion. That contradicts what I have read. That's like if you said the Bible isn't part of Christianity. No, because Hellenistic polytheism isn't based on the teachings of the Greek mythology and the books of it. Yeah, I desperately need some Hellenistic polytheists in chat so that I can get it from the source rather than like what we think the issue is. Yeah, I was under the impression of the gods were part of the religion, but the myths aren't. I just know. I mean, yeah, but like I don't. Yeah, okay. I think it's a very slippery slope. And also, I think if someone did make Christian SMP where they then fight God at the end, I don't think that would be like, because it's a story, like it's an interpretation. I don't think that's something that I would be upset about. Sub SMP? The reason people were mainly upset is just the overall terrible handling of the culture, even removed from the religion, extremely washed down. They kept adding other pantheons. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I think there's like faux pas that people can make when it's not that people were like, this is offensive to the religion. It's like, this is offensive to the culture. You're getting the names wrong. You're getting the like, what they stand for, what these mythological characters like did. Like, as a very low-hanging fruit example, if, like, I was the champion of Hades, and Hades and I were working together, and it was like, Hades is super nice, very good. Hades was like, evil. Like, that would be one of the things where I think the community would look at it and be like, okay. Like, yeah, man, we get it. Like, that has nothing to do with the religion. It's still distasteful because of the fact that, like, that's just not how that goes. That's not who Hades is. Coincidentally happened in that series. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement basically. Why would Percy Jackson be okay, but this wouldn't? I think if Percy Jackson isn't okay. I think from these perspectives of these people, again, I don't know unless they're here to tell me, is generally seen as like a watered down version of the culture. Same with Epic the Musical. Yeah. Same with Hercules, which of course isn't even like, that's not even the name of the Greek hero. Okay. Yeah, it's the Roman name. Right. Technically, I'm out of time, but if I can just grab the... I don't want to leave this half finished and have to come back to it next time I stream. I can easily just grab this. This and this. These won't be as much. I think things are the myths. I think are the myths when they're not. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Oop. I only hope that, and I think I've said this before, there's a real sense of like patience if, for whatever reason, and I really don't know why this would happen, Pantheon happens and like a creator makes like a faux pas. I just hope and pray, no pun intended, for like a sense of patience and gentleness from the community. I'll be really disappointed if it ends up like with people throwing hands again, because like we've seen so much of that in the last few months. Okay. Oop. I think that disclaimer that we wrote while on the sub point is going to do a lot of good. It's being included in the first like 5 seconds of the. You know how we did a oh my gosh, we haven't done a rules explanation for a week. No, that's fine. That's fine. Technically, from the moment that we record the episode, we don't have to have that filmed yet. We can film that in the week between the recording and the uploading of the first episode. So that's fine. You know how Vampires had the "This is Vampire SMP. A bunch of people have come to Oakhurst and they're evil burger." Like that, but for Pantheon, like it'll the bottom text impact font will be like the disclaimer that we mentioned. Crying emoji, crying emoji. Who did this? In brackets, probably Zeus. Okay. That's all done. I'll call it there. Because otherwise I could be here forever doing all the twisting vines with the ochre frog lights and such. I have returned. Quick, let's get out of here. Let's raid into somebody. I will not be live tomorrow. I'll be live on Monday. Raid into somebody. I will not be live tomorrow. I'll be live on Monday. Why won't I be live tomorrow? Wait, it's Friday today. My phone's dead. I don't think I will be live tomorrow. I think I'm going to take it off so that I can do Pantheon. I technically did a Wednesday stream. I've been live for like 3 days in a row. All right. Yay, nay for tomorrow. I can't believe this. Chandrea. Let's raid into Chandrea. Not even Chandrea live anymore. Just Chandrea. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you all. Wedding on the 10th. Wedding is on the 10th. I will see you all on Monday. Bye. Oh, sorry, Burning Lima. I got to go have dinner. But I'll read it. See you later. Bye.